Tomorrow.
No
Party.
anymore.
But
Finland
will
party
all
night
long and long and long.
and short and welcome to a new episode of the Kääpä Brothers, fellow SJWs. The topic of today's episode is how to not
Disappear completely.
how to not drink alcohol without believing in God.
How to not drink alcohol without believing in God.
No.
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry.
But fun.
No,
But
you go first.
what I want to say.
You having a laugh?
You having a laugh? You shit.
You shit.
Okay. Yeah. Let's before we start telling people about what we're doing, let's have a beverage.
This is alcohol-free beer in honor of Carnival, which didn't really happen this year.
Lent. Oh,
Skate
pop a
park.
little. Exactly. So, fun to the side. We wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted today.
Yeah.
Because we've been hitting you with heavy stuff, and we're starting to get the feeling that you can't cope with it.
Yeah. Well, no normal person can, so we are just being supportive.
Yeah, only the peasants can.
So, in other words, on short, today's topic is inspired by. Whoa! Look at this. God dang. Today's topic is actually inspired by the music publication Pitchfork. And they have these articles, I think they're called 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. And basically they are asking artists about their favorite kinds of songs or music during various ages. So from 5, your favorite song at 5, your favorite song at 10, favorite song at 15, and so on. We're going to do this today for you, and you're going to learn a little bit about us today. From
you.
Us. You. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've got an excellent list of stuff to talk about. I hope you have too, Alex. It's going to be
Sure.
A little bit all over the place, but we will see how this goes. So
We will persevere.
how do you want to start this, Alex? Shall we flip a coin who begins, and then we start at 5, and then we'll just have a conversation?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Sure. Do you have a coin? Yeah, we can flip a beer mat, or however they call it.
But they are not
Notoriously, what?
I got it. I got it.
You found one. I found something.
Okay, shall I flip it? Yes,
Yeah.
you can. Can I flip it?
I say heads.
Okay. Heads I win, tails you lose.
I can. What is it? I can't tell.
Heads.
Yes, I'm starting. Okay. Well, we're going back to the year 1993. Excellent year for music in general. I think Biggie Smalls released his first single in '93. Nas was already hyped up MC of later Illmatic fame, which would come out '94. Wu-Tang Clan released Return to the 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang Clan, the first record. In 93, Souls of Mischief, released 93 till Infinity in 93. And what did I listen to? Well, I felt compelled to list 3 songs, which were basically the most essential songs for me. And these are, number 1 being the most important right here, right now, The Police, with their song Message in a Bottle. Little story time to that song. When we used to drive around with the family car, Alex, you will maybe remember this even. You probably do, right? We used to listen to this rock cassette. It was called All Time Great Rock Classics, 20 original tracks. This is the actual cassette, and the tracks on here are actually kind of great. I'll list them for you so you'll see which ones they are. The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go? The Police, Message in a Bottle. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Toto, Hold the Line. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. Boston, More Than a Feeling. Rainbow, I Surrender. The Guess Who, American Woman. Procol Harum, White Shade of Pale. Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in the Jar. T-Rex, Get It On. Eric Clapton, Cocaine. Eric Clapton is twice here. Electric Light Orchestra, Do Ya. Cheap Trick, I Want You to Want Me. Men at Work, Down Under. Bachman Turner, Overdrive. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Joe Cocker, With a Little Help from My Friends. Golden Earring, Radar Love, Heart, Barracuda, and Journey, Don't Stop Believing. And as a little wee kid, Message in a Bottle appealed to me the most, and I remember specifically why, and it's because of the outro when they're singing, sending out an SOS, sending out an SOS, and I didn't understand English at the time. I was a little shit kid from the ghetto. No, actually we weren't from the ghetto, but I couldn't speak English yet, and I tried to make up what he was singing, what Sting was singing, and I said "Sending out on SOS" or "Standing out on SOS" or something like that. Pretty close to the actual lyrics if you think about it, but
not that bad, no.
And that show
it's better than "Stay Da" for staying alive.
Stay Da. And goes to show how kid-friendly "Message in a Bottle" actually is, from the melody at least. And another song I wanted to mention, and you will remember this, Alex. "Where's the Moon" by Leningrad Cowboys. Remember that song? Where's the moon?
Where's the moon now? Lost in space.
Exactly. Yeah, we used to sing that one as well. Also, an excellent kids song. And my first single, which I was 7, but still, I was a really big Backstreet Boys fan, and my first single I got was "Quit Playing Games with My Heart."
I remember,
and the first record I bought with my own money was Backstreet's Back. So
yeah, I remember you being a big Backstreet Boys fan. Yeah. You and your best friend at the time. I remember one day where you played with your own old CD/cassette player/radio,
exactly.
And then played the CD and turned down the volume while recording it on cassette, and as if it was kind of. I don't know if you were radio DJs or DJs at the concert or something. I don't know.
We were reporters at the concert or something.
We
tried to simulate us journalists being at the Backstreet Boys concert.
Yeah,
that's what we were doing. I can't remember. I can't believe you remember that. I had that memory in my head many times in these few days because I always thought about that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Was it with Martin or with Marco?
Marco. Yeah, we did fun stuff as kids. That's actually kind of a cool thing to do somehow. You know, today's kids don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
They play with their TikToks.
Exactly. Well, we used to do lots of recording shit. I don't know what year it was when we also recorded. It must have been about.
Must have been love.
Well, it's over now. No, but 5 years later or something, we also recorded a cassette for away from my dad's hometown to my mum's hometown, and we did
DJing stuff.
Yeah.
We scratched the vinyl. The vinyl of our uncle, and we didn't know if we actually that we actually weren't supposed to do that, and we probably scratched those records.
Yeah, we thought that you'd do that with records. Yeah, that was quite. My father was really suffering while listening to it.
Yeah, I don't think we finished listening to that cassette. I think we broke it off after the second track.
We also, I think we were listening to some radio channel and switched radio channels in between as well.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
And then we recorded own advertisements. Ärkioski. Ärkioski is basically a national kiosk where you can buy all kinds of sweets and lemonade and tobacco and what have you. And,
can you buy tobacco there? I don't know. Or magazines?
Probably. Ärkioski?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if anymore.
Okay, we can buy tobacco anywhere.
In Finland?
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, we redid their advertisement. That's the way those things work. I'm sorry. Okay, Alex. I think that was my number 5.
Speaking of, there was a Friends episode in I think in the 3rd or 2nd season where Joey got offended because Ross did something like this. I don't know what's happened exactly in the scene, but there he definitely got the meaning of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking continuity errors with Friends. I can't believe it. They drive me up the tree.
Tell me about it.
I'm telling you.
Around the same time, you got the Police Greatest Hits CD.
Yeah.
I also.
I remember which CD you got, and I remember from whom we got them.
I don't remember from whom we got. From Steigers? No.
I can tell you.
Yeah, whom?
Ian Young and his wife.
Ian Young, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got a Smokey, Greatest Hits Party Edition or Party Hits or something like that.
No, I think it was Greatest Hits.
But it was definitely with Living Next Door to Alice, with the Alice! Who the fuck is Alice? Added to the mix. So
yeah, but
it was definitely. Yeah. I think it was something with party mix.
Yeah, but weren't there 2 versions? I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. No, but 2 versions on that.
Perhaps. Yeah, that may be.
Yeah.
But I don't remember listening to any other songs from that album, really.
No, me neither. I don't know if I know any other Smokey songs.
And lay back in the heart of someone.
Yeah, that's Smokey.
Yeah. And,
okay, I know that song.
And there's another one which you definitely know. I forget the name.
Let's see. Okay. Needles and Pins.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they did a cover of that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll meet you at midnight.
I'll meet you at midnight. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that one. I don't think.
If you think you know how, I don't know. Yeah, the others aren't that popular actually. Well, I'm looking on Spotify right now. The Living Next Door to Alice is the remix with the nice explicit content added in. Is actually also called Who the Fuck is Alice?
Oh, interesting. I remember. I think the first time I listened to that song, our parents were hysterically laughing because of the profanity in the chorus, We didn't understand because we didn't understand the lyrics. We thought they were laughing because the Alice sounded so much like Alex.
Yeah.
That's what we thought.
It's talking about me.
Kids' brains.
Yeah. Yeah. And around the time I was 5, I bought my first CD as well. Can't have been a lot early. No, it must have been around the same time.
It must have been 1997 because I bought mine in 1997 as well.
Okay. Yeah. Then I was 6 then. Okay.
Yeah, that still counts.
Yeah, it was Paul McCartney unplugged not in New York. I don't know, maybe in New York.
Maybe.
Are they usually in New York? MTV Unplugged in New York or something?
Well, I don't think. Let's check this out. Paul McCartney.
And I bought the bootleg CD of that performance.
Really, was it a bootleg CD? I thought it was an OG one. But they sold it at the record store. Yeah,
it said bootleg somehow, but I think it's even here on Spotify. This thing.
Yeah, it says Unplugged, the official bootleg.
The official bootleg. Okay.
Yeah, well, so it's a. Yeah. And there's a lot of nice stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
Which I first didn't know was nice.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
First time. I heard probably sometime then I probably heard the song Junk, which is a great song.
Excellent song, one of my favorites. And Blackbird is on that album as well, and I love her. I've just seen a face. We can work it out. Here, then, everywhere.
That would be something.
Every night.
Not. And also his first song he ever wrote. I lost my little girl. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. And I think that's where I started praying to him as well.
Fun fact, that album was recorded on the 25th of January 1991, so a couple of weeks after we were born.
Yeah. So
amazing.
No wonder I was drawn to it.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't like, hey Alex, look. My dad said to me, "What? Don't you want to buy this one?" Okay. Okay. Here's the money. Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we carry on with age 10?
Age 10.
Age 10, sorry.
Yeah, age 10. Yeah. That was the time I lived in England.
I didn't yet. Well, I moved to England then. So you have to know I am 3 years older than Alex is here. So my there may be some overlapping in let's say my 10s and his 5s, my 15s and his 10s. It could be because we do have similar taste sometimes. There's a great overlapping. Well, there were 2 major, real big musicians in my life when I was around 10. One of them was Michael Jackson, and the other
1998. Yeah.
Yeah, well, even earlier than that, but 1998 definitely still. I remember we were huge fans when we were in England as well, and I remember specifically I said my favorite Michael Jackson song was Bad, and I would say my song of that time though would probably be Bumfunk MC's Freestyler, and that came out in 1999, so I was 11, but still, that was huge in my life back then. Freestyler was my favorite song by far, ever. I thought it was the greatest song ever. Freestyler was my absolute... Once I recorded that song onto a cassette. How many minutes do you have on one side? 30?
Yeah,
I don't know. Every single song on that one side was Freestyler. Then I turned it around and recorded Freestyler again on the other side. Just track after track, Freestyler. And I listened to that fucking cassette while driving to... Where did we go to this Finnish baseball tournament? It was near London somewhere, right?
Yeah, from
Manchester to London. I listened to that cassette and then back again. I didn't listen to anything else. And by the end, when we came back to Manchester, the cassette, the batteries were so low that it was slow motion freestyle.
Freestyle. Rock microphone.
Yeah, but freestyler definitely. Freestyler was huge.
Yeah, I also liked it, but I knew it was your song, so I pretended to like Darude Sandstorm more.
Yeah, I love Darude Sandstorm as well. Yeah, I even have the album. I got the album too for my Christmas. 2000, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was when I was 7 or something, or 8. So I, by the time I was 10, I was already a lot more sophisticated when it came to music. No, not really. But
What was
I remember.
What was the
it's hard to say what it really was, but I mean, it must have been something like Eminem or something like that.
Yeah.
A Marshall Mathers LP.
You got that one
for Christmas.
Yeah,
for my godparents.
Yeah.
And I was kind of intimidated by that album. I only liked it because of the Real Slim Shady. Yeah.
Yeah, Real Slim Shady, and probably also stuff like The Way I Am. I think that's on there as well, right?
Gotta love me the way I am. Like that.
In the paper, the news, every day I am. I don't know, that's just the way I am. 'Cause I am whatever you say I am. And Stan, Alex, of course, Stan.
Ah, yeah, Stan, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got the single Stan as well. I'm not quite sure.
Really?
But
Yeah, that's a gem. Yeah, Stan is an excellent song.
yeah, but I was definitely too young to appreciate the album. I was kind of intimidated by it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's full of profanity, really hard. And they had this song called "Kill You," with the chainsaws coming from one side on the headphones. They come from that side to that side. It sounded really amazing. And I remember I used to borrow your headphones because I didn't have such nice headphones.
I got a pair of decent headphones as well.
Yeah.
And a CD Walkman.
Yeah.
They were usually called Discman, but Sony called theirs CD Walkman.
I think because you could walk with them without them.
You could actually.
You could shake them.
Well, they were more durable. No, not resilient, or what you should call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I use them quite a lot.
Still?
No. But back then.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did all that. We both did. We had our album of CDs where we could where we put in our CDs for when we were on the road, and then we listened to our music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy that we did that.
Yeah, that was basically it was super convenient for us. It felt like super convenience with respect to what you could do before. Because with CDs you could skip tracks and you could don't have to rewind or move forward, or what do you call it when you not
fast
rewind
forward.
but fast forward. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of a nice thing actually.
So your H10 jam was Real Slim Shady.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or but that was a bit later. I also loved the Gorillaz song.
Clint Eastwood.
No, not got the cool shoe shine.
2000, I think. I bought that single. I have that single. Back in those days. That was 2001 as well. Yeah. Okay, shall we carry on?
Sure.
Okay, before I get to 15, I have to give an honorable mention to my favorite band when I was 13. And that was Limp Bizkit. And my favorite song by Limp Bizkit at that time was Boiler from the huge album, the Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Nowadays, I thought back then this was really deep and this was really hard, but that was only because I really hadn't heard much before. But I have to give my props to Limp Bizkit because they are so notoriously hated by everyone. It's so cool to hate them. It's almost like Nickelback, which are also overhated. But
overhated, yeah.
Limp Bizkit definitely. I have to give them the due props. They really impressed me when I was 13, and also probably because of all the fucks and the assholes and the profanities and the shouting and the hard guitars.
If I say fuck 2 more times, 56 fucks in this fucked up rhyme. What did he sing?
Yeah, hot dog, exactly. But back then, it was really new to hear these loud guitars and these
rapping, yeah,
this, rap rock, and then this shouting and this swearing. It was I was starting to get into my puberty, and I really felt like I need to express myself, and I felt like they understood me. Fred Durst understood me in some way. Yeah, that's how I kind of felt. It was really spoke. It spoke to me deep into my soul. Well, not deep, shallow level soul. But yeah.
For me, I also have basically a shout out for between 10 and 15, which was Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, that's true.
It was when I was 12 and 13. Yeah.
You had records by her as well, right?
I had what?
A record by her.
Yeah, it was her comeback album then in 2003, 2004.
Wait a minute. She wasn't gone.
Well, she was gone a little while.
Well, maximum 2 years.
Fever, yeah. 2001 it was.
Fever?
2001.
Fever, you got Fever, that's from 2001. The album, the last album before that came out 2000. That's no comeback.
Alright, okay. Well, no, yeah, that's true. I thought it was kind of a comeback thing. I must have I misremembered.
That's wrong.
Yeah. I listened to this album really often. And also thought she was... I started to discover my manhood also with her.
Yeah, well, I think many boys did, right?
Yeah.
The music videos she made, this disco, new disco song, what was it called? Spinning Around. That was very hot. And Love at First Sight, Come Into My World. Can't Get You Out of My Head was huge.
Yeah.
There was on In Your Eyes, Can't Get You Out of My Head, Love at First Sight, Come Into My World. I think these are all from Fever.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a really good album. So your 13-year-old fandom was better than my 13-year-old fandom, because Limp Bizkit hasn't aged that well.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was... it was Kylie Minogue was shown to me by Jan Ricking, of all people.
Oh,
who
nice.
We didn't. It must have been when I was 10 or 11, not when I was 12, 13, because we were only friends in the 5th year when I was 10, 11.
Alex,
So yeah,
it must have been when I was in year 8. So you were in year 5.
yeah.
So you must have been yeah.
So not Eminem, but Kylie
Yeah.
is my 10 years darling musical hero.
Musical hero.
Kylie. I should have worn the Kylie T-shirt tonight. Today.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to 15 then. Without a doubt, I can say this. My favorite song when I was 15 was... Oh, my favorite artist, definitely, at that time also, was Foo Fighters. My favorite song was Everlong. I owned... I think at that time they had released Foo Fighters, The Color and Shape. What was the third one called? There's Nothing Left to Lose?
One by One.
No, that's fourth.
Yeah.
One by One is fourth. I think they had released these 4 albums. And I listened to those albums before I went to sleep. So this is the time when school started to become more stressful. and it was harder to go to school and harder to do the subjects that you had to do in school. So what I used to do was complain a lot about that kind of shit, and to my diary. I wrote a diary, and one ritual I always used to have before I went to sleep was after my parents came and said good night, I took my Walkman out, listened to a Foo Fighters CD. I said, okay, I can just listen to this now while going to sleep. And I used to listen to that fucking whole album from front to back before I went to sleep. And it was one of the most beautiful things on that things
album?
that I did on that day. Then I really, really enjoyed it. It was like whilst listening, I was, oh my god, every single fucking song is so good. That's the way it felt for me.
Yeah. Which album did you? One of the four, not any one in particular, or was it?
My favorite was The Colin Shape, definitely.
Yeah.
And it had Everlong, and it had Monkey Wrench, it had My Hero, February Stars, New Way Home. I still like that album to this day, but Everlong is the only song I really think is excellent. Is really brilliant from Foo Fighters. I still think that song is absolutely excellent. It's still one of my favorite songs. And back then, that's the only thing I listened to, basically.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, also my their most
accomplished song.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I by the time I was 15, I was also I had again grown to like the music you liked, so I was also a big Foo Fighters fan.
Yeah.
I liked what was the third album called again?
There's Nothing Left to Lose?
There's Nothing Left to Lose, yeah. I loved Generator.
Yeah, that's a good song.
And I remember when I was 16 or something, then I used to listen to There's Nothing Left to Lose when I went running. I liked to listen to that album as a running album.
Oh.
Yeah. But and February Stars was one of the songs that Lisa and I had as well.
Yeah, well, you became a couple in February, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason, right?
Yeah.
Intimate details of Alex's sex life. No, okay, I'm just kidding. It's love life.
But the artists that there were two artists that I really listened to a lot back then. One was Elton John, and one was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you.
And it's hard to say which one I listened to more. Though with Elton John, I listened more only to his biggest hits.
Yeah.
But it
you
got
were
me
really
through
a really big Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. I think.
Yeah. But there also didn't like to listen to their non-hit songs that much. The first I bought their greatest hits album, which came out around 2005 or something.
Yeah.
I remember that, and then a friend of ours, Jonas, he had burned CDs from I don't know whom, which he lent me. So I listened. I had also Blood Sugar Sex Magic and Californication on CD, but I didn't listen to, for example, to Blood Sugar Sex Magic hardly at all. Only maybe to Aeroplane and Give It Away or something.
And Under the Bridge as well, obviously.
Yeah. That's true.
Everybody listens to that song.
But Red Hot Chili Peppers is also what got me to want to play bass, because Flea is a really excellent bass player.
Not Paul McCartney, but Flea.
Yeah.
Nice. This is news to me. Crazy.
I didn't even register that much that Paul was bass player until I really started to get into Beatles again, which was shortly afterwards. But I just assumed that he was also a guitar player, because bassists are never known.
Well, he was also a guitar player. and he was also kind of a drummer, and he was also kind of everything else. You know, he did everything. He's a instrumentalist.
Yeah, but when they performed, he usually played bass.
Yeah.
At least by the time they were famous. I don't know which I would pick to be my favorite song. I don't know. Why I also picked Elton John, I wanted to add, was because it got me through the heartbreak of being turned down by Lisa 1 year before we got together. So I listened to like sad songs, Say It So Much, and Daniel, which was not really a song about, but it made me sad all the time.
When you lovesick, everything kind of makes sense. Every lyric kind of, oh my god, I bet that means that. This really speaks to me, and this means this to me now. Stuff like that. Yeah, you interpret the thing that you feel into the lyrics. Yeah,
and your song during that year became kind of the song by which Elise and me kind of bonded again, because we I don't know what we were thinking, because it was super obvious what we were doing, but we had made this deal back then that we would dance together at each other's wedding if that song played, no matter who we were marrying. So
damn,
real cringy shit.
The teenage minds of teenagers.
Yeah. And I remember we had a first period was free, so we met in front of school.
She had a first period with 3?
Yeah, exactly. Lisa had a first period with 3. That's why I loved her so much. No, our first period was free. You know, we didn't have school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we met in front of school to go to Subway, and there we just shook hands. Deal. And then we kind of agreed that we would do that. Kind of.
It's amazing that it turned out to rekindle that romance, and now you're still going strong. It's amazing to me, because that sounds like a. Sounds
recipe for disaster.
Yeah, well, it's typical teenage shit. So I'm not knocking you or anything like that. It just sounds so typical teenage cringe behavior. Yeah. You know, I did that kind of shit as well. I'm not even worse things. So I'm not.
And we thought we were being smart by saying no matter what wedding, because we knew that wasn't going. We didn't want to say that was our own wedding, but. Yeah, or each other's wedding, where we were going to get married to each other. So
you still thought do you think you will get married ever?
With her? She wishes. No, probably.
Yeah. Interesting.
We probably have to.
How things have changed with you?
Yeah.
You used to be anti-marriage for a long time.
Well, I still don't. I'd still prefer not to marry.
Yeah, well, I don't think I will marry. The only thing I can think of about the only reason I could think of doing it is to get tax benefits, but I wouldn't do it. I don't think I should do it for money. That's not a good enough reason.
We would only marry because we want to adopt.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're going to have a wedding party then?
No, I don't think so.
What? So you have to, how are you going to dance to that song then?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe we'll play it during the ceremony.
In the church?
And we have to dance while we sign the papers. Oops. A little earthquake here. Yeah. That's going to happen. Yeah, that's basically my musical experience when I was 15. It's hard to say what the exact favorites were, because lots of things were going on for me emotionally and artistically, I don't know, and different things represented different things.
Yeah. Well, then let's carry on with the 20s. This is for me where it starts to get a little bit complicated, because if I have to narrow it down to one artist and one song, this age would be probably, for me, Manic Street Preachers with "If You Tolerate This, Then Your Children Will Be Next." I remember listening to that song. It must have been 2008, so I was 20. While I wasn't driving. I was sitting in the back seat while my parents were driving. Me and my girlfriend back then, back from somewhere. I don't remember where we were, but it was nighttime. So we were in the back seat. We were dozing off, listening to Manic Street Preachers. I had my head on her lap, and then that song came on, and I said, "Oh yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to listen to now," and I was happy about it, listening to that song. And then when somehow during that process of listening to that song, I had this intense epiphany that song is absolutely genius, and I said, "My God, that song is genius." I felt it so much that I had to say it out loud. That's how intense that feeling was back then for me, and I even used it as my skate path for my my Almost Damn 2 video.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. Super nice song to this day. I really love it still.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
At that time as well, I was really huge on these whiny Britpop bands, Coldplay, Travis. I was a huge Coldplay fan, enormous Travis fan. I remember when that was also 2007. You came back from Finland. Alex was
visiting.
Alex was visiting from Finland. Alex was
together with
in Finland
our
for
cousin.
half a year, right? Just for school. Yeah.
Because I hated Germany.
Yeah. Things change. Yeah. And we got tickets for Travis, and we got this. That was my first. No, it wasn't my first concert, but it was one of my first concerts. And I was so fucking hyped and happy, and I remember Victor reminded me that I said this. I said, "What if I faint? What if I faint?" Or something like that.
Yeah, I remember him telling that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also remember that very vividly. It was really, and that also sparked my Travis fandom. And Lisa was also there, so we kind of also used that. We also listened to Travis together a lot. So that was one of our couple bands, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But around that time as well, it started to get more serious as well. And then I really got into Beatles again. And I used to like Beatles as a kid while we were in England, like a 10 to 13-year-old. Beatles were omnipresent back then as well, but we didn't really listen to the albums. We listened to one and maybe the Blue and Red album. And,
I listened to the Blue and Red album a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And then we started... I think we both started to listen to Beatles again at the same time. I was 20, you must have been 17, right?
Yeah.
And then we even saw Paul McCartney live in 2009. And great, one of the greatest concerts and experiences in my life. Definitely. I remember when we went to the karaoke, the Beatles rock band set.
Had just been released, yeah.
Yeah,
And
a new game basically. Beatles rock band, and there's this guy. He is standing there trying to get people to start singing the Beatles songs, and it was at the concert. It was at the venue. It was Lanxess Arena, huge venue
at the
in
food
Cologne.
court there, yeah.
Yeah, basically it was like there was a group of people, lots of people standing around, but nobody really wanted to sing. They were a little bit scared to sing, and I was there a little bit earlier than my parents and Alex because I came from a different place than they came from. And then I met them and I said, Alex, they have Beatles rock band. Should we sing? Yeah. Alex was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. And then we went there, and then we say, what? Then they asked us, what shall we sing? And then we said, okay, let's sing Helter Skelter or something like that. And we rocked that fucking house. Everybody was like, yeah, yeah. And after that, everybody wanted to sing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just bullshit. We started a little.
I think we sang 2 or 3 more songs or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember I wasn't really that familiar with Helter Skelter. Then I knew it was Dabba Dabba Da, and then see you again.
Yeah.
And then I committed to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was really fun.
I mean, when I was 20, that was then we went to see Manic Street Preachers for the first time. Actually,
Yeah.
That was when I was that age. But I have to say, for me also 20s. When I was 20, Beatles was easily my favorite, or maybe even Paul McCartney on his own. It was 2011, so that was when we went to see him the second time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Oh my god,
asshole security.
that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, that was not as nice as the first one because
although we were at the
crappy
in
security
the front,
guards.
yeah, we were in the front section, and we got real close in the end when they played the last 3 songs of Abbey Road.
The third encore or something.
Yeah, and then we went to the front and listened. I still have some confetti which flew from there.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and that's basically when the idea that I worship Paul McCartney arose. I think. I think it was before that because we made I made a joke that you're going to have to take a picture of your God, and then you took this picture of Paul McCartney, and it was like lights shining down and lights coming out of him or something. Yeah,
like it looked like a deity.
Yeah,
it was
that concert. Yeah,
was it that concert?
I took it with my BlackBerry.
Yeah,
I had a BlackBerry back then.
Yeah, but back then it was also not the most modern phone, so I don't think that it was that different of a time. 2011 is not that long ago. But yeah, Beatles definitely changed my life as well. So they I think they're still my favorite band. Well, maybe not my favorite band, but top 3 definitely.
Yeah.
Top 2.
I mean, especially Paul McCartney made develop my musical style a lot as well. Like the way I write bass and bass lines and piano sections. I like to do the way he does it with this dee like in Hey Jude or whatever.
Yeah.
This alternating thing and more melodic basses, and his melody where they jump around a lot, not just like in the same 3 notes all the time, but jumps the entire octave, stuff like that. And I don't know, I didn't become vegetarian because of him, but it's definitely probably helped me maintain that lifestyle, because I thought it was also something cool to do, thanks to him.
The first concert they had this that advertisement for Meatless Mondays, right? Or was it the second?
Yeah.
It's one of those first 2.
I think it was the first one, Meat-free Mondays.
And I wasn't. We both weren't vegetarians back then. Well, maybe you were. I think I wasn't yet.
2011?
I think I was in 2012.
Yeah, I was just I was just becoming vegetarian then, yeah. No, I had just become vegetarian at the concert,
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always one step ahead of me, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's definitely. I mean, I can't exactly say which song it would be for me.
In your 20s?
Yeah, when I was 20. Yeah, I was always there. I mean, if it was a time I liked it more than I liked it when I was when I was 20.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't any solo stuff either. Hard to say.
Yeah.
But
I think for me, Beatles wise, it was A Day in the Life. A Day in the Life was. I have one memory of that song as well. I was riding my bike to my girlfriend's from town. I was a little bit drunk. I think I only drank 2 beers, but I was feeling a little tipsy already because I had probably not eaten enough or something like that before. And I listened to A Day in the Life. Or I listened to some kind of Beatles thing on my MP3 player. A Day in the Life came on, and I was like, God damn, this fucking song. And I had heard it before, of course, many times, but at that moment, I was like, damn. And I remember you and Patrick, you talked about that song before, because you both said that's your favorite Beatles song. And I was like, whoa, I must listen to that song again. Both of them liked that song. And it was amazing. And it still is amazing. A Day in the Life is an amazing song.
Yeah, it's extremely unique, and not only like in terms of songwriting, how it's arranged and how it's set up. I mean, that's also already very unique, but with the string sections in between and the Paul McCartney section.
Hush by Deep Purple. No.
Yeah.
But that thing from John Lennon and the way he extends it. It's like and then he goes up again. It's like a little bit ecstatic even. It goes into those territories as well. It has everything, and it has this really cool laid back kind of when Paul McCartney comes with this part. It's has got all these kinds of different emotions, and it's just tour de force.
Tour de France.
Tour de France. Yeah. Shall we carry on with our 25s?
25 was okay, sure. 2016.
2013 for me. I have to give one shout out first, and this is still a very important song for me, and I want this song to be played at my funeral. My other song, which I'm going to say later as well, but this one as well. First song I want to give an honorable mention to is Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. Excellent artist, excellent song. She wrote that song when she was 17 or say 19 or whatever. And the first time I listened to that song was just a snippet of it. And I think that was simply the best of the 70s. An advertisement for that on MTV. Do you remember? It was a...
They commented that music video as well and everything, yeah.
Yeah. And they showed that Kate Bush... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's with the red dress, but not in in nature, that in the studio, in the dark. Yeah. And it was just the chorus. It's me, Kathy. And I really I listened to that song, and that came like a flashback back into my mind. Oh my God, this is from simply the best of the fucking 70s. I remember this fucking song, and I listened to it in its entirety, and I thought, this is interesting, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this high-pitched voice. It sounds really kind of offsetting.
Yeah.
But then second time around, it was like, this is no problem at all. This song it rules. Fucking hell, this song is so amazing. Where have I been all my life? But the real number one at that time, and it still is my favorite song, but at that time definitely, is Beach Boys, Surf's Up. And Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, my biggest influence in music, I would have to say. Maybe it is also Paul McCartney, because I only listened to Beach Boys because Paul McCartney said his favorite album is Pet Sounds, his favorite song is God Only Knows. That's why I listened to Pet Sounds, because of fucking Paul McCartney, and then that blew the door right open. Beach Boys.
Hey Paul, what's your favorite song? Because of fucking Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Surf's Up. I remember the first time I listened to Surf's Up was actually on my laptop, on the laptop speakers as well. It was the Surf's Up version of Surf's Up, so not the Smile version. And actually, that song was deleted from YouTube, at least in Germany, because they had this GEMA thing in the early 10s. Remember that when they
teens, in the early teens.
Teens, when we weren't able to watch all these kinds of these various kinds of songs on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there was a time when that wasn't possible, but that was after this, I think. And I listened to Surf's Up for the first time, I think, in 2011. No. Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. In early 2011. And I listened to it. And I listened to it again. And then after I finished that round, I listened to it again. I think I listened to it 25 times in a row. Because I couldn't comprehend how absolutely fucking amazing it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I remember you showing it to me.
Yeah, really?
You showed to me Surf's Up Until I Die, both in your basement room.
Nice.
I think just after you had discovered them.
Till I Die, actually, I discovered later. But Till I Die was equally, well, not equally, but almost equally as amazing of an experience. Till I Die is also an excellent song. Also a song I want to be played at my funeral. And for the record, the last song I want to be played at my funeral is Expecting to Fly by Buffalo Springfield. So now you all know.
Buffalo Springfield. The reggae song, right?
Yeah. No.
The reggae song.
The reggae song. No.
No. The reggae song. No.
The reggae. Ich spiel den Reggae. Oh no. Ich mag het. Oh yeah.
Ich mag kein Reggae. Ich liebe het.
Ich höre gern Reggae. That was English.
Yeah.
Alex, tell me your number 25.
My number 25.
Yeah, your number
song.
25. No, your 25th favorite song. Tell me it right now.
Easy. Now, 2016. It must be something like Radiohead Nude or something.
Yeah.
Or around that time I also rediscovered Electric Light Orchestra for myself.
Didn't you make that list? 2016? No, 2017 made the list. Yeah, well, go on. Sorry, go on. I'll look for your list in the meantime.
It was 2016 when we listened to Radiohead in Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Primate Sound 2, Barcelona. Yeah. Nude was one of those songs where I was like just overwhelmed by what kind of emotion or what kind of vibe you can or ambience you can get with music with sounds and the timbre of instruments and everything. It I don't know. On my way to uni when I walked from my flat, I used to listen to it when it came. At least once on repeat. I mean, I used to listen on shuffle, but when it came on, then I always used to listen to it again because it was, it's an emotional ride for me all the time, and it always never fails to be exactly the same way all the time.
The entire album, of which that song is from, In Rainbows, is an amazing album. So
yeah.
Actually, that was
or something, right?
My first Radiohead album was In Rainbows as well.
Yeah, 2000.
It came out 2007, but I bought it in 2008. I bought it because I didn't know that you could download it for free. Well, I guess you could only do it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, since also in 2016 was when I listened to more David Bowie again. I mean, I didn't
Obviously,
listen to him.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I listened to him a lot in my early 20s, and then in my early to mid 20s a little bit less, and then when he had died, he became a constant guide or companion music-wise.
Absolute legend. Yeah. David Bowie. David Bowie is well. There we go. David Bowie.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah. I guess 5 years could have been on this list as well somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. It would have been like 22 or 23 or something like that at that age. Yeah. Maybe. No, wait. Maybe even 21 or 20. I don't know. It's complicated, but yeah, I think this list is pretty legit. Shall we go into? Well, you are already in your 30s. It's probably hard for you to say this, right?
You are not yet in your 30s.
No,
I am already in my 30s.
I have to go there right now. You already are there.
Oh.
But it's hard for you to say which song really speaks to you the most right now, right?
Yeah.
Or which kind of music?
Yeah, I listen to a lot. Not very nothing really, nothing targeted really. I mean, I still listen to lots of David. My Spotify year-end list, I always have Beatles and Radiohead and David Bowie in my top 5 most listened to artists. I mean, last year I listened to a little bit more Al Green, but not that much more than, a lot more than I used to, but not that much all in all. So yeah, I don't know what's my favorite right now. It's a combination of everything I've used to listen to. It's by now I should have somehow realized what I got to do. No, it's by now the.
What is?
Shout out to his family. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to say. Definitely, the 3 I just said are up there, but there's nothing really sticking out right now.
I can definitely say which one it would be for me. I think my song, the song that describes me best, or that, describes me best in my 30s is probably Boards of Canada. Everything You Do Is a Balloon. But definitely have to right away, when I said that, shout out to Roigbiff, or however you pronounce that song, from Music Has the Right to Children. Everything You Do Is a Balloon is from an EP called High Score.
Everything You Do
is a balloon. We listened to that song a couple of hours ago in the band room. Everything You Do Is a Balloon. That Boards of Canada song. Remember? That's that song. And also definitely Steve Roach, Structures from Silence. I've become a huge sucker for ambient music these days, and Hiroshi Yoshimura, Stars of Lid, Boards of Canada. Well, they're not really ambient, but they convey the same feelings I get when I listen to ambient music. Aphex Twin. What were they called again? A band I listened to recently, Global Communication. Yeah. All this stuff is really speaks to me, and when I listen to Boards of Canada, especially, I think I get this feeling that this music was meant was made for me, which of course is a nonsensical, but that's how the way it feels. It feels so much like a music that was. I understand it so well. I understand. Well, at least I think I understand this music so well that it must be meant for me. That's the way it feels, kind of. I get the same feeling from Beach Boys sometimes too. Well, often, as much as I get it from Boys of Canada, but nevertheless, Boys of Canada definitely, yeah. But in general, I think my most listened to artist last year was actually Aphex Twin. And most listened to genre was cock rock. You saw that picture, right? Oh, it's why you're laughing. Yeah, just kidding.
Cock rock. Cock rock.
Genre of my 30s cock rock. No, yeah, but so in conclusion, 5, The Police, Message in a Bottle. 10, Bumfunk MCs, Freestyler. 15, Foo Fighters, Everlong. 20, Managed Preachers, It's Alright Days, The New Children will be next. The Beach Boys. 25, The Beach Boys, Surfs Up. And 30, Boys of Canada, Everything You Do Is Balloon. This is pretty much as close as it gets. I can say that with some certainty. Yeah.
For me, it would be something like Bebop Balula when I was 5.
Yeah.
Then I think it was Love at First Sight or In Your Eyes. By the time I was 10. 15, probably Californication or something.
Yeah.
20. Some Beatles, I don't know.
Maybe I'm amazed.
Yeah. By the way, I love you.
Yeah.
Well, 25 was definitely nude, yeah. And 30. My latest release, Cock Rock for Life.
You said, you mentioned your song earlier. You sang that song. You recorded the song as well, right?
Yeah. For my 10 years Lisa Lex EP. 10 years and None the Richer.
I played that to Felipe and Alberto in Mexico. And also your Surf's Up song. I had it on my phone somehow. I think because it was your phone.
Ah.
Yeah.
And then they fell in love?
With me. I said, this is me singing, by the way.
You sound like an angel.
Why do you talk like an idiot when you talk? I said.
I did made a duty.
I did made a duty.
I did made a duty.
Thanks for ruining the situation, the moment, Nico. Thanks for ruining it. I did that in a macaroni.
I did a macaroni.
I got macaroni in my pants.
Yeah. For Alberto and Frederica.
Hey, they've earned it. L'Oreal.
They are themselves worth.
They are themselves worth. Well then, we are at the end of our episode. Episode 11? Who knows? Well, I guess you know, the viewers and listeners, because you can see it right there. It says somewhere there. Episode 11 or 10. I can't read it. Something.
My eyes. My eyes.
My eyes. My eyes.
My eyes. My eyes.
So, Alex, we wrap this up with a nice old Ramaroonie Dooney Blooney?
Sure.
Shall I start and
I
do you start?
Should I start and should you stop? Yes, you start.
Okay. Should
lovers
stay
beyond
reason
or
eat
more
vitamins.
Today.
Lovers should eat more vitamins.
Lovers should eat more vitamins.
Thank you very much for listening to this, our episode 11th. Maybe we will see later on.
My eyes!
Kääpä Brothers, my eyes! And we will listen to each other next time when it once again is time to keep on rocking and
to never stop rocking.
Indeed, never stop rocking. I hope we can do one of these funny episodes again in the near future. And Alex, you want to say something to wrap this up? Or
stay true to yourselves, keep your head up high, and don't forget, never stop rocking.
Don't ever stop rocking.
Don't you dare ever stop rocking.